What's up, guys? This is my second video here on this Monday. I got a little bit behind after the Thursday game. I meant to make one, and just life got in the way. It wasn't a huge week in the NFL minus the Eagles and 49ers game. Buffalo wasn't playing, so I didn't pay too much attention to a lot of stuff that was going on yesterday. It was a lot of squash matches and bullshit matches that I'm kind of tired of as a fan. So I'll say this about the Thursday game. You know, the Cowboys come out, and congratulations that after 13 weeks you finally beat a team that has 6 wins. The Cowboys are really good at beating up horrible teams and barely edging out bad teams. So I think it's garbage that Philly has 5 tough games in a row and Dallas hasn't had 5 tough games all year. And once again, you have to hear about these fraudulent fucking assholes and how good they are in this and that. They're not that good of a team. Dak is not the MVP, and they're gonna get what's coming to them soon, because a game in Buffalo and a game in Miami is gonna stop that talk really fast. And as little faith as I have in Buffalo, I think they're gonna beat Kansas City, and I think they're gonna beat Dallas. They'll screw something up after, but I see that going for that game. San Francisco went into Philly and dominated pretty well. That was to be expected, man. Philly is coming off some hard games. And, for the schedule they've had and to be doing as well as they did, I had a feeling they were going to drop this one, especially as well as San Francisco's playing. And now Philly's got to turn around and play Dallas, and Dallas has had 4 extra days to recover, because Dallas always gets a break. But after that, it's going to get a little dicey for Dallas going to Buffalo and to Miami. Miami plays a high school football team that a week ago fired their defensive coordinator, and in 3 plays gave up a 78-yard touchdown. Like, how do you give up a fucking 78-yard touchdown to Tyreek Hill to start the game? Like, you should know what they're going to do. You should know, you know what? I'm just going to double Tyreek. And my first guy is going to press the fuck out of him at the line, and my second guy is going to play way over the top so he can't outrun us. But somehow Washington, the Redskins, still figure out a way to fuck it up because they're a bad team. Ron Rivera, who was once a good coach, is not a good coach anymore. He's going to get replaced. It's garbage, and I'm tired of fucking idiot teams playing the Dolphins like that. I can't stand Dolphins fans. I can't stand the fact that the team hasn't beat anybody this year, and people want to put Tyreek Hill as the MVP of the league. Like, the teams that play Miami a certain way beat them, and for some reason the rest of the league doesn't get it, but the rest of the league is lacking in coaching. Even Tom Brady agrees. Other big notes yesterday, the Tennessee Titans became the first team in a long time to have 2 punts blocked back-to-back. They've already fired their special teams coordinator for that. That just sums up the Tennessee Titans season. I listened to a lot of Titans podcasts, particularly this one called the Two-Tone Talk podcast with this guy, Brad Steele. Pretty much because my son is a Titans fan. And I said before the season, Vrabel should have been fired. I said the team is not that good. They make a lot of the same mistakes over and over again. And yesterday they lost in overtime to the Colts after blowing a 17-7 lead. What they're doing in Tennessee is they're blaming all of their failures on a general manager that they fired last year. And they're going to pretty much keep the coaching staff and try to work around their problems, which I think is idiotic. Mike Vrabel is a good coach. He's just not good enough to fix the problems that team has. And I don't know if their GM is good enough to draft the players that are going to fix that with the way Vrabel coaches. He might draft coaches that favor the way Vrabel coaches, and that's not going to get that team anywhere. So, once again, Titans, it's going to be an unfortunate end to the season. And they had some pretty bad injuries yesterday, including their punter getting his ACL torn, who's also their holder, which is why they ended up missing. Supposedly that's why they ended up missing an extra point, but who knows how that could have played out. And then the Chiefs lost to the Packers. Like I've been saying all season, the Chiefs are fraudulent. They were getting away a lot with their defenses winning, and I think a lot of teams are no longer afraid of Mahomes with the ball in his hand, and they're just going to say, hey, we're going to double and triple team Kelsey, and you have nobody else to throw to, and that's pretty much what's happening this year. They're definitely far removed from the Super Bowl team they had last year, but the AFC is so wide open with the fact that the Steelers are very inconsistent. The Bengals lost their starting quarterback. The Browns lost their starting quarterback. The Jets lost their starting quarterback. But what a pathetic team the Jets and the Patriots are. Combined, they probably couldn't even have a good team. The Patriots lost and they gave up 6 points. You lost and you gave up 6 points. How can you be so bad? How can any owner validate to themselves paying anybody who plays offense for their team after getting shut out? Because you can go find 11 homeless guys and tell them if they play football for 3 hours, you'll buy them McDonald's and they'll be happy. And you'll just have to pay $100 or $200 at McDonald's to feed these guys, instead of paying millions of dollars for an offensive line and a quarterback and wide receivers and coaches. And it's just sad to see how bad some of the teams are, and it's sad to see how low some of the scores are when scoring has never been easier in the league. So aside from that, I really didn't care to watch a lot of games yesterday. Like I said, if it wasn't a squash match, it was just a garbage game with garbage teams that we didn't care about. Buffalo didn't play. Like I said, I have no faith in Buffalo. I think that they're a poorly coached, talented team. But I think Kansas City are frauds, and I think they're going to beat Kansas City, and I think they're going to come home, and I think they're going to beat the shit out of the Cowboys. And I think it's going to be a great day when they beat the shit out of the Cowboys. Especially if the Cowboys beat Philly. The Cowboys beat Philly, they're going to be riding high, and Buffalo's going to empty that shit out of them. And then send them to Miami, and then Miami's going to get them too. That's at least what I'm hoping. But we'll see as the weeks progress. Like I said, I already did a video. Check it out. It's of the UFC breakdown and why women shouldn't be fighting in the UFC. Until then, stay frosty, motherfuckers. See you on the other side.